welcome into your reading for the month of December. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you are new to this channel, welcome in. For all the returning subscribers, for all the returning people in their little community here at Blooming Woman, welcome back. I hope you guys are doing great. So, if you guys are watching this video right now during the live stream, you won't be able to fast forward obviously and all that, but if you guys are watching this after the live stream, then you can go ahead and get straight to your reading, and that is going to be through the description box below, where you can see the timestamps. In the description box below, you can also see everything that you need to know. So for those of you guys who want to skip the intro and get straight to your sign and all that, you guys can go straight to the description box, and that's where the timestamps are. You will also find my website there. You'll find my links there. And yeah, for everybody else, I'm just going to do a quick little update as part of the intro before we get started. So yes, you may see a gnat flying around because I don't know why, but gnats have been populating in my home lately because it's just fruits, I have fruit getting ripe on the counter and stuff like that. So the gnats they just like come out of nowhere. I don't know. But so you might see some flying around. Now, I just wanted to tell you guys that the sale is over. I had a sale going on for 2 days, and the sale is over. So the sale is done. Just so that way, if anyone's wondering if they can get the sale, it is over, and it might be a little bit of some time before I decide to do a sale again. I tried my hardest to push it out there to tell you guys that the sale was going on, and that sale was really just to put a sale out there for Cyber Monday. And it's also because I am going to be restocking more pendants on my site. I'm currently, like I told you guys, doing a lot of things behind the scenes of YouTube, writing, just doing so many things. But one of the things I'm definitely doing is creating new crystal pendants. And those should be ready in 2023, in the new year, around that time, okay? So yes, let's see if there's anything else. I think that's going to be it. So let's go ahead. We're going to start off with the fire element, and then we're just going to go in order from fire to earth to air and then water. All right. So fire element, welcome into your reading for the month of December. Okay. So let's get straight into it. Let's talk about it. Right off the bat for you guys, with these oracle decks that I'm using and my intuition and pulling in the wisdom and the knowledge and the downloads that are coming through. The first card we have here is Mami Wata, and she's coming through to tell fire element that you definitely are in a time in December where you're going to be needing to really be comfortable emotionally, and you're needing to be emotionally naked and emotionally vulnerable. And let me just remind you guys, for those of you who are new, that fire element is going to be covering Aries, which is Amen Ra. It's going to be covering Sekhmet, which is Leo, and it's going to be covering Neith, which is Sagittarius. So if that's your sun sign or your moon sign or your rising, you can watch for this, and it should resonate. So if we look at Mami Wata, She's literally connected with water element because she's a mermaid. And with that, she's connected with her emotions on a deep, 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 deep level. She also has a snake wrapped around her. And you know, snake is very healing. Snake is something that can be poisonous, but it also is something that represents rebirth and healing because it renews its skin and it sheds its skin. So with that being said, this is a month where fire element, hey, you guys are going to really have to tap in your emotions. You're going to have to be open, be vulnerable with how you're feeling. Making sure that you're vulnerable with your emotions with yourself, making sure that you're vulnerable with your emotions with other people, allowing for other people to be comfortable with being vulnerable around you, as well as you being vulnerable with yourself, okay? So if you really feel sad, if you really feel angry, if you really feel anxious, whatever your feelings are and whatever your feelings are towards, don't suppress it. Connect with it. Open up yourself and express it. Tell somebody. Connect with someone. Connect with something. And show your nudity, show your nakedness. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable because it's only going to heal you in this month. It's only going to make you even more fertile, male and female. It's going to make you more fertile. It's going to increase your ability to create because I see the crocodiles here. So it's going to make you more fertile. It's going to increase your ability to create. I'm even like seeing like eggs in here as well. So just keep all of that in mind. Also over here, we have from an indigenous oracle deck that I use, we have a tribe. I'm sorry, you guys, I cannot pronounce their name. And I hardly remember how to even say it, but I know it's kind of one that I don't want to butcher. But long story short, they really appreciate their elders, they really appreciate their family, they really appreciate traditions. And so it's telling you to interact with your community, your family, the people that you feel like are close to you, the people that you feel like are intimate with you. And once again, open that yourself, open your emotions, open yourself to your loved ones, connect with them, do community building. Don't be afraid to ask for help, ask for counsel, and don't be afraid to receive love, to receive help, to receive counsel, okay? So it's really coming through to tell you guys that. And once again, you guys are also getting, now this is the Zulu tribe in South Africa. And over here, this is representing ancestors and spirits and mediumship. So it's telling you to be an open channel. Drop your shields. Drop your guards. You know, don't be so guarded because I'm seeing that this guardedness is making you guys limited mentally and it's limiting your ability to really create, right? But also it's limiting your ability to connect with spirit. So open yourself up, and the more you drop your shields, the more you are vulnerable with your emotions and how you are really feeling, the more you will be able to hear your ancestors, the more you will be able to connect with your community, and the more you will be able to hear spirit, hear the synchronicities, right? Because if you're too guarded, you could be walking around in life and there could be tons of signs. There could be tons of spirit messages, tons of animals, tons of angel numbers, blah, blah, blah. But because you are so guarded, or because you are possibly trying to keep your cards so close to you, or not trying to, be in tune with your emotions and vulnerable with your emotions, there's a blockage that's created where you don't see the animal totems popping up, or you don't see the angel numbers, or you may not you may just be limiting your possibility to really connect with spirit, connect with the collective consciousness, connect with your soul, and connect with your ancestry, okay? So really keep that in mind. You guys, also for the month of December, this is going to be a time for you guys to really focus on your home. You know, you may feel like, oh, you have obligations, so you want to leave your house, you want to be out of your house a lot, right? But right now it's a time where it's telling you to take care of your home. It's telling you to, you know, dust things off, look at what you need, what you don't need. Really make sure that you're comfortable within your home. Really make sure that your home is a place where you can feel like, wow, this is my sanctuary. Like I might not be on a beachfront. I might not be at in the mountains. I might not be living in whatever your dream location is, okay? It could be Antarctica, right? I don't know. But you may not be in your dream location, but you can bring it to you. So it's Spirit's telling you to bring home, home, to feel at home, to create the sanctuary. Doing beautiful things like getting essential oils and, um, you know, putting it in a humidifier. If you don't have a humidifier, light a candle. Takes a bowl of water and just put the the oils in that water, and it will still have that same effect where you'll smell it in the house. Just surround your home with beauty and comfort, you know, and play meditation music, all these different things, just so you can feel like you're in a sanctuary. Because it's important for you guys to do this, and I'm seeing that Spirit is guiding for you guys to really create a sanctuary for yourself, so that way you can be more um, open to connecting with yourself emotionally. Try not to be too caught up in the hustle and the bustle this month. Make sure you're taking time out to really, you know, rely on your inner resources, care for your emotions, care for your body, care for your health, because you guys are in a moment where you're supposed to heal this month. Okay, you're supposed to gain a little bit more peace, a little bit more comfort, and a little bit more sanctuary. I'm also hearing honesty. So you guys are meant to be honest with your loved ones, with your community, with your family. Be honest with your values, be honest with your traditions, and really look at your actions and say, okay, are the things that I'm doing, are they in alignment with my values? Are they in alignment with my traditions? Um, you know, if your traditions and your values have to do with nature, if they have to do with being more peaceful and all those things, are the things that you're doing on a daily basis contributing to that? Now, I'm also seeing that this is a month for you guys to really take things as they are, okay? To accept the truth, to accept the reality. Whatever your situation is, even if it's not ideal for you, even if you've been working on a goal for a long time and maybe you haven't reached it yet, maybe you haven't achieved it yet, I'll tell you this, there is a saying, this man, I forgot his name, but he did say it, that one of the 3 rules that he had for longevity in life. And one of them was, the 3 rules was, the fastest way to get to where you want to be is slowly. So keep that in mind. You know, that just came out. I felt like you guys needed to hear that. Keep that in mind. You may not be exactly where you want to be right now, but accept the journey. Accept that you are where you are. So that way you can be able to smell the roses, live in the now, and see clearly the truth and the reality of what you're experiencing. That way you can be able to move forward and make better decisions that are more honest and that are more in alignment with getting to your goal, right? Because you're not suppressing your emotions and your feelings. We have 2 flying objects here. They're not flying objects, but they're flying entities, flying beings. We have the Phoenix and we have the Pegasus. So you guys are being asked to fly over, with the Pegasus, you're being asked to fly over the drama of your life. So the things that are too dramatic, like too stressful, like he said, she said, the crazy circus show that this world has sometimes, all the shootings in America, all the crazy news, all the stress of this lifestyle, and looking at it from a higher perspective so that you can get the bigger picture this month. That's where some of your focus needs to be on, because you guys are also, even look at flying over the flame, the rising phoenix. So I do see that you guys are actually, and this is a general reading, so this might not, it might not be for everyone, but I am picking up on the fact that some of you guys are transforming and transmutating into obviously a better you, a better version of yourself, right? We're always progressing, but also transforming into even fire element, like a fire element that's more matured, a fire element that knows how to temper, that has a good temperature gauge on its fire, right? So you have a good how do I say it? You have a good feeling, you have a good instinct. You're being healed and you're being sculpted to have good instincts on knowing your emotions, so that way you can know before you boil over, so that way you can know if your energy's low, if your energy's high, so that way you can be able to balance yourself out. That way you know when you need to place boundaries, when you need to step back, when you need to come close. And I see this as something that you guys will actually succeed in the month of December. Towards the ending of December, things will all start to make sense for you. Then you will start to see the hard work that you put in actually pay off. Is it going to pay off in finances? Is it going to pay off in material wealth? This isn't what the focus is about here in this reading. It wants me to focus on spiritual healing. It wants me to focus on mental and emotional healing. So you guys will experience success, and you will see the rewards to you taking these steps to being more open and more vulnerable, right? There may be a situation that you guys have been dealing with for a while now that brings in a lot of chaos in your life, brings in a lot of chaos to your family members, to your loved ones. This could be family. This could be individuals or people or group of people or a situation, a job, a workplace, whatever. But whatever it is, it could be something that you've been dealing with, that every time you open up yourself to these people, or you open up yourself to them, or you get involved with it, it comes with a lot of drama and negative and low vibrational energies. This is going to be the month where you're going to be true about what's going on. You're going to be able to accept it, and you're going to be able to put your foot down and take leadership of your own life, right? And putting your foot down doesn't necessarily mean getting in a fight. It just means taking the lead for what's best for you, and being honest with yourself and being honest with others by placing those boundaries. Not necessarily always saying it, but you guys might also, have to say it as well. So at the end of the day, you're just being sculpted to be more of a leader over your own self, more of a leader for your loved ones, for your family members, for everybody, so that way, so that way they can look at you and they can be inspired by you. You're really in that fire element, right? So neat, especially if you have a lot of neat in your chart, right? So if it's your moon, it's what you're feeling emotionally, right? If it's your rising sign, it's what all of your the different areas of your life is being filtered through. But either way, right? If you're neat, then this is talking about you becoming a better teacher, you becoming a better mentor, you becoming a better leader in that sense. If your Amen Ra is talking about you becoming a better person that's able to be inspirational as well as Neith, inspirational Amen Ra, as well as be a boss, as well as be a leadership position where you are a pioneer, where you're starting things off, where you're lighting the fire, where people feel like they can follow you because what you do is, it works, it's cool, it's, whatever. And if you're Sekhmet, it's about the royalty. It's about people really respecting you because of the way that you lead yourself, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you hold your head high, your values, the respect you give to yourself and others will put you in that leadership position, right? And the biggest thing here as well, is obviously, yeah, you can lead your loved ones, but it's really about being a leader for yourself. Because when you're able to lead yourself, others will follow, right? But it's really about being able to lead yourself, being a better person. And a lot of that has to deal with you learning how to get over the fire, learning how to fly away. Some of you guys may be thinking about travel, planning for travel, or figuring out how to travel, whatever it is. You're trying to get away from the chaos and the stress. And in doing so, you have to look at things from a higher perspective and look at the bigger picture and see how you're really going to do this and how you're going to lead the way for yourself and for others. And with all that, also connecting with your water element, connecting with your ancestors. Don't be afraid, fire elements. Don't be afraid to connect with your emotions. Don't be afraid to talk to spirit. Don't be afraid to give offerings. Don't be afraid to do rituals. Don't be afraid to do it. There's nothing wrong with doing rituals. You don't necessarily have to, make it something that you are codependent on, but you can definitely make it a tradition that is just a part of your lifestyle. That helps to improve and to uplift and to advance you in life. Whenever you eat an apple, you eat any fruits or vegetables, and that last piece of the fruit or the vegetable, you want to throw it in the trash, don't throw it in the trash, put it back into nature. And give that as an offering, as a blessing to your ancestors, as a blessing to your spirit guides that are watching over you, as a blessing to yourself and who you were before you were who you are today, right? As a blessing to just you, as a blessing to Mama Earth, right? Do things of that nature, get some herbs, put it in a water, spring water, in a cup. You don't have to do nothing fancy. And say what you're grateful for, and then pour it into nature. This is just basic things. If you can get up and go to a 9-to-5 job every day, if you can get up and eat the cheeseburger every day, then you can definitely get up and do something that's going to advance you spiritually and emotionally. And that's not a jab at you guys neither who are eating, cheeseburgers every day, or who are, just feeling bound to some of these worldly things. It's just about balance at the end of the day. So if you guys are watching this video right now, make sure that you hit the like button underneath there. Absolutely. Make sure that you guys, if you want a personal reading with me, you can be able to find that in the link inside of the description box below. It's very simple to figure out. So yeah, there's links there. There's links to my crystal pendants, which will actually be getting restocked soon. When I say soon, I'm talking like 2023 is when it's going to be dropping, like earlier in the year, because I want to make a lot and put them all on at the same time. Okay. But very beautiful things coming in. My herbs, all that good stuff. Check it out inside the link in the description box below. Thank you. Moving on to the next element, which is going to be earth element. Thank you so much for tuning in, earth elements. I am actually going to go ahead and turn off my heater because it's pretty loud. All right, thank you so much for tuning in, earth elements. Welcome into your reading. This is going to be a reading for the month of December. Once again, welcome in if you're new to my channel. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of what I do. If you're liking this reading as I go along, don't shy away from subscribing. And of course, for all the returning subscribers, welcome back. It's good to have you again. So, let's see, what do we have going on for the earth elements? Earth element is going to be Ptah, Taurus, right? And then we're also going to have Aset, Virgo, and then Amut, which is Capricorn. So let's hit it off. Look who we have sitting here for you guys. First thing we have over here is Aset. And she's coming through to tell you guys that now is going to be a time for you guys to really surrender, to let go of what it is that you have no control over, to let go of a situation. If we take a closer look here, we can see Asar, which is her child, right? And Asar is breastfeeding, being breastfed. Now, the important thing to note about Aset is the fact that she is the original Mother Mary, if you want to call her that. She's the original depiction of a deity or a goddess that gave birth without having, as a virgin, right? That gave birth without having any type of sexual interaction. And this is, the artwork for this is all on top of is all inside of pyramid, in the pyramid text. She actually turned into a bird and she flew on top of, sorry, excuse me, this is Haru. She flew on top of Asar, and the whole thing is there as a bird, and things happen, right? But this is Haru, excuse me. But basically what this is representing is the fact that a part of you has to surrender, like a Virgin Mary, like Aset. A part of you has to surrender this month. Surrender to what it is that you feel like is blocking you. Right off the bat, I'm picking up on people who are in the creative field. This could be carrying on from last month's reading, where a lot of you were diving into music, right? Diving into creativity, trying to do some creative things on the side. Now, I'm picking up on some people getting writer's block. I'm picking up on some people getting whatever it is that you're working on creatively, you're feeling like you're blocked, like you don't know what to do, where to go. Something's in the way. You can't think of the idea. This is where Aset is coming through to say surrender. Let the magic work through you. Trust in the magic, right? Trust in your ability to create. Trust in your ability to make magic. Trust in your ability to give birth, right? Without going through that process. Because an egg, right? Let's say an egg is an idea. And all it needs is a spark of electricity, a spark of action, of the masculine energy, of the sperm. So, and this is true with the physiological body as well. This is why people can make babies off of just a woman's eggs and not need the male, because all it needs is a spark of electricity. Seriously. So think of it that way. right? And tying this in with Offset being a virgin mother. So your ideas, all these things that you have that you want to do, but you feel like you can't do it, just go for it. Surrender this month. Take action, embrace it, have fun, take the action, and just go. Because what I'm seeing is going to happen for you guys is going to be magical. And I'm excited for you because I can feel the magic. What is happening for you guys is once you actually say, okay, forget this, I'm going to write this a poem, or I'm going to perform this dance, or I'm going to make this film, whatever it is that you're trying to do, I'm going to plant this seed in the garden. You're going to be surprised at the outcome. You're going to be surprised at how well things are going. It just needed for you to take that step of actually just doing it. Even if you feel writer's blocked, even if you feel like you don't know how to do it, do it. It's going to be magical and things are going to fall into place for you. And of course, remember that everything takes time, right? You're not going to get something right in 2 seconds, right? But it's going to be magical and it's going to work out. You guys have begin writing now. So some of you are really writing. You could be writing something, but overall, intuitively, I'm picking up on this just meaning expressing yourself. This is, some of you may actually be writing a book or writing a song or writing, a script or a speech that's very important. But some of you are just expressing your creativity. You're just using your ability to express and create and express through your creativity. Okay. And I'm so excited. It's ridiculous. I'm excited for you guys. But it's about the fact that you guys are doing this and you're needing to just embrace it, right? And it says begin writing now. It doesn't say begin writing tomorrow or next week or in the New Year's. It says begin writing right now. And that's like, I feel it in me that you guys should just go with it. You also have this group of individuals are called the gypsies, right? So they were nomads. They travel from different parts of the world, not all over the world, but they travel from different parts of certain parts of the world. I don't know all of it, but they did. And then they traveled towards like Northern Africa, parts of Middle East, parts of Europe. They traveled to different places. And the funny thing about gypsies is they were actually frowned upon. So when they did travel to these places, a lot of the times they were like, "Oh, you can't live here." Like people would be like, "You got to live like miles out of the town." Like, yeah, you're here with your bags, but they just weren't trying to take their money or anything, because gypsies had this thing where they were known for screwing you over and stealing your money and doing magic on you and just whatever, and just taking your money or not paying you and stealing your stuff, and then leaving out of nowhere and continue to be a nomad. But even with that didn't stop them from being a gypsy. The thing about the gypsy energy that's coming through for you guys is to embrace your inner gypsy, embrace your inner energy, your fun, your lightheartedness. Don't take things too seriously this month. This is a month where if you're doing something and it has you anxious or it's stressing you out, to do it is to surrender and let go of the stress and just have fun while you're doing it. Take it like it's not even that important and just do it. Dance, laugh, sing, cry. But whatever you do it, and do it fully, right? You guys may also be channeling a lot of psychic wisdom at this time, because the gypsies did have like a lot of psychic abilities, like in the sense where some of them were scams, we ain't gonna lie, but a lot of them did do a lot of magic. So they did have the ability to be like a fortune teller a lot of the times, which is another reason why people wanted them not in their town, because a lot of people, the towns that they were going to, were afraid of those types of things. So you guys may be channeling a lot of messages. So what I'm feeling is when you feel the need to go, if you feel this push to start, do it. It's also coming through for you guys to trust the process. Trust the process. And the reason why I'm saying that repeatedly is because I'm feeling that this is what's holding you back. Is a lack of trust in how things are going to turn out. Possibly a lack of trust in your abilities and your skills. You may know that you're really talented, but you may feel like you don't have enough equipment. You may know that you're really good at it, but you may feel like you don't have enough resources or enough supporters, or that it's going to get anywhere. But that's not what it's about right now. It's about you just trusting and letting go and doing it. See, this is even magic as well. She even looks like a gypsy a little bit. But either way, there's a lot of magic here because we have gypsy over here. We have someone who looks kind of like Indian, but with magic as well, like with all the crystals, and it's like the moon is in her hand. And then of course you have Osset, which is a big symbolism of magic because she created a baby like that with her own sacral energy, creative power of magic, right? So you guys are being asked to trust the process, trust the beauty, trust yourself. You may feel like you're in a cave. This may need to be something where you kind of isolate yourself to write it or to do it. You may need to isolate yourself in order to work on it to gain that trust, some of you. But nevertheless, it's going to happen for you magically, but you just have to trust it. So there, I'm also seeing with all of this coming through, surrender and trust, the universe is going to have moments this month where it's going to test you, okay? So keep this in mind. There's going to be moments this month where you're going to be tested, where your ability to stay committed to the task at hand is going to be tested. So certain things may be delayed. Certain things may stall, right? But the universe wants to see, will this person give up that easily just because things get hard? The universe wants to see, or do you really want it? So it may delay some things for you. So that's why you have to surrender to the process and trust it, that everything is going to work out. Because it's building your level of motivation and determination. And may I add to that, your level of motivation and determination that is needed for you to finish this project, that is needed for you to get to where you need to go. So you can't skip any steps. There is no shortcuts. All right? Because you're growing, right? So we have growth here. This is growth. And with this growth, we have mushrooms, fungi. So it's not just growth, it's also healing. It's growth in the sense of different times, changing times, things happening, in a sense where things are needing to blossom and bloom in new directions than it was before. So you may be having to do things differently. You may be having to learn different things, learn new things. But, there's just a lot of new things that could be happening for you, but it's just for your own growth. There could be a lot of things that you're uncomfortable doing, but you're being forced to do it, and you feel this inner thing inside of you to do it even though you're uncomfortable doing it. And that's because you're in a stage where you're growing. You're outgrowing your old habits. You're outgrowing yourself. Okay? And this is a beautiful thing. All of this is, we even have enlightenment here. And I let me just say, to have the cave which is saying trust, and to have enlightenment here is a big deal. You guys are going to have an enlightenment. The enlightenment that's going to occur, the thing that's going to be illuminated in your life, is your own true potential, your own true ability. You may have thought you were only able to make it to point A to B, and you found out that, man, you're capable of a lot more than you maybe gave yourself credit for. And that's where I see the enlightenment coming through for you. Some of you, as well, as you're doing the writing or as you're doing the artwork, as you take that step to do what it is that you have, you need to surrender to, the magic that occurs is like the way things are going to unfold while you're doing it, and the way it's going to go is going to bring forth a enlightenment. You're going to get more ideas. You're going to get more creative. You're going to have ideas, and all these beautiful things are going to unfold for you as you're doing it. And that's going to be like an enlightenment, because all these things that were hidden and possibly feared at one point all came to light. And here we go at the end of the month. And for the end of the reading, we have joy here. So you guys succeeded. And remember, succeeding, just because you succeed doesn't mean you did the biggest success. But you guys still succeeded in surrendering. You guys still succeeded in something that you didn't think you were going to do, or that you were going to do that good. And this is going to bring a lot of joy inside of your life towards the end of the month. Make sure that you guys open yourself to receiving the joy, Open yourself to receiving the joy. Don't take things for granted. Even if it was a tough, harsh road that you've been on and you're tired and you don't want to take a chance, but you took it and then you succeeded, don't take it for granted. Sit in the joy. Sit in that enlightenment. Be happy, right? That's what it's all about. Be grateful. So thank you so much for tuning in. Hit the like button right now if you guys enjoyed your reading, Earth Elements. And of course, you'll be able to book a private reading with me if you want. That is going to be inside of the description box below. You'll see the links to book a private reading with me, or if you want a therapy session with me, which is going to be EFT therapy. Or if you guys are interested in the crystal pendants that I have online right now, you guys can check that out through the links in the description box below. All right, let's go ahead and move into the next element, which is going to be air element. Welcome in, air element. Thank you so much for tuning into your reading today. This reading is going to be for Ma'at, Libra. It's also going to be for Ma'at Happy Asar, which is going to be Aquarius. It's also going to be for, lastly, Shu and Tefnut, twins, which is going to be Gemini. So let's see what we have going on for you guys. Welcome in, welcome in. New people, new subscribers, make sure that you guys subscribe if you haven't. Those who are new here, and then those who are returning, it's great to have you back. And yeah, let's see what we got going on. So the first thing we see here is we see we see Nana Buluku. And there's a lot going on here, because to have this card pop up is a big deal, because she is literally like the grandmother, the mother. She is like the mother that birthed all of the Orishas, all of the Orishas. And so she's a big deal. And she represents an elderly person, but she also represents seasons. She represents changing times. So, and the funny thing too is we have a 1 here. And I'm just picking that up as a guidance as well for your reading of new beginnings, right? So you guys are at a time where it's like you guys have new beginnings. You're being pushed down a path that you probably feel like you haven't traveled. It could be a hobby, it could be a person, it could be a activity, it could be a situation, it could be a job, right? Because this is a general reading. But for the most of you guys, I'm seeing that it's a hobby. It could be a change in your career. It could be a change in the way you're doing something that you were already doing for a lot of you. But nevertheless, you're doing something that you're not really familiar with doing. It seems new to you. And she is coming through to tell you that it's really old. Because she's an elderly lady and she also has the egg on her in her lap. And so she's like really coming through the reading to tell you that like an ancient future. So it's about ancestry and it's about, you know, past and present and future come together and how they really are in the same time frame. So this is a very important time for air elements. This is a time where you guys need to explore new opportunities. You guys should definitely take up new opportunities if you feel nudged to do it. You guys should definitely try to do new things, even if it's a little different from the way you did it before. Or some of you continuing doing the new thing that you already started recently in the past. That just feels like, man, you're having so much hiccups with it because it's not something that you're used to. You could be really good at cooking, and then all of a sudden, you know, cooking comes so easy for you, but now you're trying to play this instrument, and you really want to do it, but it's not as easy as it is for you to cook, as it is for you to play this instrument. I mean, it's not as easy for you to play the instrument as it is for you to cook, right? Whatever it is that you're naturally good at, it still comes so easy, but the thing you're diving into now in this current time frame is so different that it seems a little difficult. And she's looking at you because she sees the potential in you and she sees that this is something that you're completely capable of. All right. It's a really hard thing to interpretate and it's kind of hard to explain because it's so it requires so much like reading between the line and looking in the dark spaces, and it's things that can't really be explained with my words, honestly. So I'm just trying to explain it as much as I can, that and using those type of examples, okay? But basically, yes, when you see these new things, do it, okay? Some of you may have, if you know anything about astrology, if you're keeping up with your astrological transits and stuff, you may have Saturn impacting your chart in certain areas that bring upon some of these feelings that I just described. But nevertheless, you are also being asked to obviously, with her coming through as well, honor your elderlies. Some of you may have an older person in your life, a grandma, a great grandma, a mother or father or just someone that's elderly, and you need to show your respect to them at this time. You need to show how much you appreciate them at this time. And the more you do that, the more you will also grow as well, the more you will learn, and the more you will be blessed. Some of you guys, it is loved ones that have passed away, or it's someone on the other side that is elderly than you, ancestors, or whatever have you that you guys are needing to contact with. And you guys are also being asked, this is my aunt over here because we see the vulture on her head, and you guys are also being asked to really come through and honor the deities around you, okay? So this means praying, right? This means giving offerings. This means being open to asking for help. And not just asking for help, but giving your help. Volunteering. Like I said, take care of older people for some reason. Like some of you, like seriously, karmically, you should go and volunteer your help in an old person's home, or volunteer to help elderly somewhere in the community. There could be some kind of thing going on where you can help elderly in the community. Be sure to do that. Okay, if you can't do it, I described this with the fire element as well. So some of you may or may not have fire in your chart, but give offerings, right? So you could be eating an apple outside and you're at that last little bit. Don't throw it in the trash. Give it back to nature and say thank you. You can just get a spring water, put it in a vase, put it in a glass cup. Do the best that you can, and maybe put some herbs in it. Be intentional about the herbs that you put in it. Even if you don't know what they symbolize and all that, just be intentional about what it is that you are doing it for. You could say you putting rose in there to bring more love to the universe, whatever. And then pray over it, or go outside and just pour it back into earth, and say thank you to Mother Earth. Say thank you to the deities and the spirit guides that have watched you, your angels that you may or may not be able to hear or see, and say thank you to them. This is a time of really being in service of others, and because I'm seeing that it's going to come back to you too, so you guys can gain some of your strength and your power back. Some of you air elements have been giving your power into a lot of worldly things, breaking your back, overworking, overstressing, over things that don't really matter when we actually all leave this earth, right? But they just matter right now in the mundane world, because it needs to matter for us to even survive here. For us to even find reason to be living in this type of society, it has to matter. But it's coming through that you guys are at a point where, and I've seen this card pop up for you guys before, but you guys are at a point where you may feel like you're on the ground. This is kind of similar to the Ten of Swords in tarot, but you may feel like you're on the ground. You may feel like you're tired. You may feel like you ran out of energy. And this dragon here is interesting. This dragon actually symbolizes like a powerful elder woman. Once again, that is watching over you, that is protecting you. So you are protected at this time, but you have to also do things for yourself in order to help to protect your own self. So only put your energy into things this month that you know are going to be healing for you. If you have to do things that are chaotic, that stress you out, that are unhealthy for you, make sure that you're balancing it out and taking some time out. Give back. Be loving to others. Do volunteer work that's loving, that you love to do too. It's not about you feeling like a slave. If you're tired and you don't want to volunteer somewhere, don't do it, right? Just give offerings or whatever. Or just say thank you. Just pray and just say thank you. Prayer doesn't have to be religious, and prayer isn't necessarily religious, right? It's a mantra. We pray by thinking. Our thoughts are prayers. Our thoughts are spells. Spells, prayers, same thing. And we can't just stop thinking. Otherwise, we wouldn't be alive. So prayer isn't necessarily something that's religious. Prayer is just intentional thoughts, right? So intentional communication, intentional projections of energy. So you're being asked to really just do those things, right? Based off of where your energy level is. Give back in the best way that you can so that you can fuel your own self. Okay. There's a lot of blue and a lot of purple coming through. Some of you guys are highly intuitive. Some of you guys are going to be tapping into highly intuitive stuff. You may be guided towards lepidolite, amethyst, purple crystals of all sorts, or blue crystals of all sorts, like lapis lazuli, sodalite, all these different crystals. And even selenite I'm picking up for you guys. But just overall, you guys are really being asked to take a break. Take a break. I said this in the fire sign as well. There's a saying, this person said it, I forget his name, but he said the 3 rules of longevity in life, right? Because we are really talking about longevity here. I'm picking up on an older energy, and this older energy may be you in the future. But one of those rules of longevity is the fastest way to get to where you want to be, or the fastest way to get to where you want to go, is slowly. So keep that in mind this month. Take some time out. Smell the roses. Look at the deities around you. Look at the energies around you. Look at the magic around you. Look at nature around you. Even if it's cold in winter where you are. Look at the nature and how alive it is still, even in its retreating process. And these things will help for you to get centered again. It's help for you to get grounded again. Sit in stillness. Some of you may have lost your image. You may be like, who am I becoming? What is going on? Because you're doing activities that are new. You're doing things that are different. You're doing things that you're unfamiliar with. And you're like, oh my goodness, like, wait. I don't have anything. But it's time for you to look in the reflection. Connect with water element by looking inside of the reflection, the reflecting pool, and seeing what you really are. Seeing the beauty of your situation, seeing the beauty of your circumstance, seeing how much you actually have. Right? This is a very transformative month for you guys. I'm not going to sit here and say it's going to be the easiest month. But what I will say is that there is undeniably going to be healing that is going to occur for you guys. There's undeniably going to be a lot of knowledge and wisdom that's going to be attained because we have Ma'at here, and that's divine wisdom. You know, there's a lot of wisdom there. We have the elderly woman here, and that's a lot of wisdom. She has the cosmic egg in her hand. She has all of everything in her hand. That's a lot of wisdom. But only if you open yourself up to receiving it. But if you lay down and you stay down and you say, poor pity me, this sucks the entire month, you know, you're going to miss out on a lot of opportunities to heal and grow. We also have family here. And family is coming through for you guys to connect with your family. Period. I'm going to be honest here. Some of you, it is your family, your blood family. But I'm picking up on a lot of you, it's not going to be your blood family. It's talking about your ancestors. It's talking about your spirit guides. It's talking about the interdependence that you have within your partnerships with people that you feel like are family. One of the other rules to longevity by this man was to surround yourself with people whose eyes lit up when you walk into the room. That's your family. People who are happy to see you. Not people who, where as soon as you walk into the room, they, oh goodness, look, here she come again. Not people where they're looking to throw shade. Not people where they're jealous, they're envious, they're vampire sucking. Not those people, but your real family. The people who are giving to you, the people who support you. If some of you feel isolated at this time, then it's the spirit guides that you cannot see. It's the magic that's all around you. Those times you felt lucky, those times where things could have been worse, but they weren't. Those people that were helping you through those situations on the spirit realm, that is your family. That gut instinct you got because of that angel watching over you, that is your family. That protection, that dragon, right? So, it's about being independent interdependence. So it's about being part of the family, but knowing your own skill. So much so that if the other wolf isn't keeping up with his end of the bargain, it doesn't mean that you're going to stop. It means that you're going to step up to the plate and you're going to do what you have to do for the family, because you also have skills too, right? You're going to volunteer your time and your efforts to also help the family and the community, to also help your angel guides that are cheering on for you, that love you. There's a lot of healing that's going to take place because we have a bear spirit animal here, and it has to do with healing. And if you feel like you're not healing, if you don't know what that feels like, then that means you probably need to chill out. You probably need to take some time out and do something healing. Relax, meditate, right? Just put on meditation music. You can find it anywhere. On your smartphone, on your YouTube, on anything. Do things that are healing towards you. Eat healthier, right? Actively do things that you probably wouldn't have done before. Try something different. Say healing things. Take healing actions. Heal others by volunteering, like I said. And heal yourself. Because what I'm seeing is this is you in the future, whether you're a man or a woman. I'm seeing that you're going to turn into this. Like, in the sense of, don't take the images of on the card too literal, okay? But what I just mean is you're going to turn from a young person into an elderly, wise person. Like, into someone, the ancient future, like your past, your future, ancestry, and a newborn baby ain't no difference. Ain't no difference. Logically, materialistically, if we stick on this physical plane, yeah, there's a difference. But what I'm trying to explain is hard to explain with words, and there's no difference. It's all made up of the same stuff, and it's all inside of that cosmic egg, right? Lastly, for you guys, make sure that you are staying grounded this month. I also see that, as you work towards being grounded this month, towards the end of the month, you are going to feel more grounded. You are going to feel more in your own body. You're going to feel more settled, less restless, less unsure. I'm seeing as well that you guys need to make sure that you are focusing on stability. So it's not about necessarily just working hard and overworking yourself. That's not what I'm seeing actually at all this month. Still, of course, put your efforts in, but I'm saying for you guys to make plans for the future. Plan things out. You don't have to do it all in one day, but this is not a time to make like huge investments or to gain more and more. It's a time to see what you already have and see how you can work with what you have to create. See if you do need to add something, write it down, wait a couple days, see if you still need it, and then purchase it or whatever. It's about planning. It's about being stable, being cautious. All right. The third rule to longevity, because I feel like you guys are meant to hear all three, is when you reach the top of one mountain, you're at the bottom of the next. So keep going, right? So you may have succeeded, but when you look around and you see that, oh gosh, I have even more workload, or I have even bigger goals, or I succeeded in the small goal, but I still have this big thing to do. Or if you feel like you did so much, but then you realize that it really wasn't that much, just remember that when you reach the top of one mountain, you're at the bottom of the next. But that's not a reason to give up. Just because it's new for you, just because it's unfamiliar, just because it doesn't come so easy to you, doesn't mean that you should give up, right? Your ability to be motivated, your ability to stay committed is also being tested as well. All right, so that is going to be it for the air element. You guys, make sure that you hit the like button right now if you're enjoying watching this, because it's going to help to support. It's going to help to give back. It's very important to, help this channel and community grow, because I need you guys' support in order to grow. It doesn't matter how much I come out and show up for you guys. There's some things that you guys have to do as well, which is things like comment, and hit the like button and share the video if you can. That would be gracefully appreciated. For those of you who want to actually get a personal reading so we can go deeper into what's actually going on inside of your life, the guidance that you really need on a personal level, because this is just a general reading, where it's going to be resonating all the way through. Go ahead and check out the link inside of the description box below, and you'll be able to see how to book a reading with me. All right, it's easy. You schedule it for the available dates that are there. Moving on to the next element, which is going to be water element. Thank you so much, water element, for tuning in. Welcome in if you guys are new here. And for those of you who are returning, thank you guys for coming back. It's so nice to have you back for your December reading. Okay. Everything's just lining up for you, huh? Okay, so water element, this is going to be for Kepra, which is Cancer. This is also going to be for Pisces, which is Set. Excuse me. And then it's also going to be for Serket, which is going to be, of course, Scorpio. So, yes. This is a month where you guys are being asked to go into nature, without a doubt. You guys may be feeling like you're outside of your body. You may be feeling restless. You may not be feeling like yourself. You may be feeling very just out of body experiences, but not like in a really good way. Like not like, astral projecting or anything like that. Just more so like outside of your body, like not being able to like stand your ground sort of deal. So let's say there's like a bunch of cars honking outside and it's like seriously taking your attention. Like you're not able to like hold your own, ground your own roots, or things of that nature. So right now you guys have I cannot say it, Sache, and she's coming through to tell you guys about grounding. She's coming through to tell you guys about really making sure that you guys are growing your roots, right? Standing firmly in yourself, standing firmly in your energy, reclaiming your energy, reclaiming who you are, reclaiming what it is that you stand for, what it is that you value, making sure that there's nothing else taking over your psyche, your consciousness, or your conscience, making sure that your conscience is clear of other people's issues. Just truly, this is a month of living your life on your own terms, living your life for you, not for anybody else. Be careful what is influencing you this month. Don't pay attention too much to bad news. Don't pay attention too much to social media drama. Don't pay attention too much to all that. This is a time for you guys to really protect your energy. You may be inclined to, work with crystals. That can help you with grounding. All the jaspers will help you with grounding. A lot of the black stones are going to help with protection. There's no coincidence there. Black is protecting, and it is protected, and it is protection, and is strength. You guys can also put your feet in the ground. You guys can actually clap your hands like this. That is also a grounding technique. Going like this and rubbing your hands together is a grounding technique. Doing step, like, you know, I don't even know what to reference it. So I'm going to reference this, Stomp the Yard. I don't know if any of y'all seen that movie or if I'm actually old now. But stomp the yard, like stepping, that kind of stepping, right? Like all that, that's going to help for you to be grounded. Just like you see warriors in different tribes and cultures all throughout Africa, all throughout the Polynesian islands, all throughout Hawaii, all throughout indigenous tribes all over the world, when they stomp their feet on the ground, when they hit their chest, when they clap their hands, that is a form of grounding. So do that in your kitchen, do it in your house. I don't care what you do, but just try to do something to ground your energy, because you're going to need to do it a lot this month, okay? Another thing that's coming through for you guys, of course, is going to be earth magic is coming here. And this earth magic is saying that you should tend to nature. It's talking about, once again, there's so much coming through for all the signs about rituals and charms and stuff like that. But you guys do some rituals. And the rituals that I'm picking up on are the exact same rituals that I basically went ahead and told you about. Those grounding rituals, those grounding techniques. So that way you're not in your head too much, or you're not emotionally overloading. So you're giving your so that way you're giving your nervous system a break, by really standing your roots and being more firm and standing your ground and where you are, okay? And not being swayed so easily from the wind and from all the information and all the different new ideas and energies and things that can't be seen, because that's air element. So when you feel like you're being swayed by the wind, by all these ideologies and all these different random things that you can't see, these ideas, these fears, these things that that might not even really be there, right? It's just air. It's there, but it's not, right? You're such a firm, strong tree, and your roots are so, like, you know, in the ground, that you're not moving anywhere. So this is what the rituals you need to do, okay? Also make sure that you are spending time in nature in order to purify yourself, in order to recalibrate yourself. Make sure that you guys are eating healthy. Of course, eat more fruits, eat more vegetables, eat more fruits, especially because when you're eating fruits, a lot of times you're eating it raw, versus vegetables. A lot of times when people eat vegetables, they're like, they don't want to eat that raw. They want warm foods, especially in the winter time. Well, then maybe just eat some fruits. Eat something in its holistic form. So that way you can also nourish your cells, nourish your body, nourish your third eye, nourish your cells to be able to pick up on the strength to really just ground yourself, right? So that's what you guys are supposed to do. You guys are also supposed to tap in with fire element this month. Now, by tapping in with fire element, I'm just seeing this as you guys being more brave, stepping outside of fear. There's something that you guys are going through right now that you may feel is trapping you. This could be, oh my goodness, maybe your job is asking for overtime, and they're kind of like forcing people to do overtime. And it may be making you feel like you have a lack of freedom, and you've done it so much now that you're kind of losing yourself a little bit, and you may be feeling ungrounded, and you may be feeling like you a little bit more jumpy all of a sudden. This could be anything that you feel bound to. This could be anything that you feel like you need to break away from. Something that just makes you feel jumpy. So also pay attention to your triggers, because that will answer a lot of your questions and give you a lot of insight as well. But fire element doesn't let anything control it. And funny enough, this fire element is actually, the bottom half of her is a tree trunk. So isn't that the synchronicity? You guys are supposed to, that's actually representing standing your ground, standing firm. And I actually never realized this in this card, but standing firm, putting your roots, planting yourself, and making sure that nobody abuses you, nobody takes power over you, and you have your own authority. You're choosing to follow them, right? You're choosing to follow your boss because you're trying to get paid. Period. And you're making that choice for yourself, but you are not bound to it, right? So you're standing your ground. It's time to get out of victim mode. Don't get overflowed with your emotions this month, right? Be the fire element, be the light. Take care of your energy as well, because fire element represents energy, because a lot of times they have a lot of energy, um, and because of that, their energy is so precious and so bright. They don't really let people take it. They don't take well to people trying to take their energy. They don't. It doesn't matter what fire element sign it is. And that's what you need to embody more this month. When you see that something's wasting your energy, do less of it, right? And we have over here the eagle spirit, which is freedom. This eagle is also at a high level, so it's telling you to take a bigger look at the picture. Take a look at the bigger picture. Don't get caught up in the small details. Don't get caught up at the little things that went wrong. Those things are going to make you worry. They're going to make you blow little things out of proportion, or they're going to make you obsess over the negative a little bit too much. When right now you're actually supposed to be grounded and you're supposed to be firm. And for those reasons, you need to take a look at the entire picture so you can see what you're working with, and then from there you'll feel more free, because you can choose whatever it is that you want because you see it all right. Let's see what else, you guys. What are you going to be seeing it all? You're going to be seeing all of the truth. That's right. So the truth is going to be revealed to you this month. Some of you guys, there may have been a secret. The secret could have been involving somebody else. It could have been involving you. Because this is a general reading, I'm not sure, excuse me. But one thing it is for sure, I know it is involving, is your ability to stay grounded and your ability to like just really have your nervous system calm. So with that being said, the truth is going to be revealed to you of what it is that is taking a lot of your energy, what it is that's making you feel restless, and all that stuff. That's going to be revealed to you if it hasn't already. What also may be revealed to you is also what it is that you need to do in order to get yourself out of that situation, or what it is exactly that is doing it, and how you can basically manage it, right? So that's going to be the truth that's going to be revealed. So for some of you, there could have been just a secret that was keeping you awake at night, that was stressing you out, something that you couldn't put your finger on, that you're trying to figure out, something that was hidden. You may have felt a lot of fear surrounding it. And I'm seeing that the truth will come through for you guys towards the middle of December. Towards the middle of December. And I'm picking up that some of this may have started in September, where you guys started feeling like this, or you may have felt like something was hidden or something that you couldn't figure out. But the truth is going to be revealed to you towards the middle of December. This doesn't mean right on the 15th you're walking around with a magnifying glass and you're trying to figure things out and you're overanalyzing everything. This is the opposite of what you want to do. What you want to do is you want to relax. You want to take things day by day, and you want to be very, just be stable, you know. But nevertheless, it's going to come to you. Now, all the truth may not be all unfolded right in front of you all at once on the 15th, but it could be the beginning of you guys seeing the light of what's really going on, okay? Once you guys start to see some of that truth, and right after, during the second half of the month, you guys, it's time to start to actually take some time by yourself. Take some time to be a refugee, basically. Take some time away and take refuge, take shelter. spend time indoors. Not necessarily like, oh my gosh, like you're staying in the house and you're not getting any fresh oxygen. No, we're still going in nature. We're still going for walks. We're still grounding ourselves, right? But don't be too like don't overly extend yourself to the outside world. I don't mean like you guys don't have to be a hermit, but you do need to spend some time to hear your own thoughts and to evaluate what it is you're going through. That way, you guys can be able to go through a renewal. Okay? And I do see that you guys will have the time to do this. You will have the time to take a break. You will have the time to really see things for what they are, to take a break, to really enjoy life and all that beautiful stuff. You will have a time to take a break from the things that are stressors for you, and you will have a time to renew yourself. So you will be healed. You will feel grounded, but take the wisdom that came with this month, the wisdom of how to place your boundaries, the wisdom of what your triggers are, because everyone has triggers. Everyone gets ungrounded. And it's important that when those times do happen, you figure out what the heck was triggering you so that you can see the full picture, right? So you can understand it more and you can gain wisdom and insight. You guys may see synchronicities with frogs. It could be on TV. It could be in a magazine. It could be anywhere, but you may see frogs a lot. You may also see lotus flowers blooming a lot, like just opening up. National Geographic Channel, commercials, whatever it is. I don't know. But you guys could see like something like opening up. Yeah, you may even hear a lot of commercials or something, a lot of things just telling you to ground yourself. It's not a coincidence, okay? Towards right at the end of the month, I'm seeing for you guys that things are going to finally start to get moving for you guys. You're finally going to feel like, ooh, you got your mojo back. You're finally going to feel like, oh, you feel like yourself again. You've been renewed. That was a crazy month. That was a crazy time, whatever. And it's activation now. Finally, things are moving. Finally, things don't feel stagnant. You don't feel stagnant. You don't feel stuck. You don't feel bound or feel bound to this thing that's taking away your energy. Finally, towards the end of the month, you guys will feel freedom. You guys will feel like you're not codependent or that you're not, like just in bondage with whatever this thing is that was taking away your energy. You guys are going to feel like very activated, solar plexus, shining bright, because this is the spirit of springtime. So you guys are going to feel, like I said, something about flowers blooming, something about, opening up, a new beginning. It's going to occur for you towards the second half and especially towards the end of the month. You're going to feel activation come through, and you're going to feel not just like you got your mojo back, but you're going to feel better than that because you've been renewed. So it's a whole rebirth process. So you guys are going to feel even better than before. Thank you so much, my dear water elements. If you guys are liking this video, make sure that you actually hit the like button to help support this channel and to help it grow. It was lovely doing your reading. If you want a personal reading with me, go ahead and check the link in the description box below, where you'll see how you can schedule a reading with me just by picking the available dates and just scheduling a reading. It's very easy. And then also, yeah, I love to do a personal reading for you guys. And you guys know I love it. And of course, it helps channel to grow. It helps to give back. And yeah. Thank you guys so much for tuning into your reading. Hit the like button, share the video. Have a beautiful December. And I will see you guys inside of the next video. Take care and bye-bye.